Welcome back to part 2 of the financial aid module. This module will help to introduce you to all things financial aid, such as what awards are available to you and what you need to be eligible to receive these awards. This video gives a brief overview of the topics we will go over in the financial aid module, such as the process of applying for aid as well as the different types of federal aid that are available to you as a student and what they each entail.
If you need help paying for college or career school, the Office of Federal Student Aid might be your best option. We offer more than $150 billion to students each year in the form of grants, loans, and work-study funds. And federal student aid can be used to pay for school expenses, such as tuition, room and board, and books and supplies. After you've filled out the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, you'll receive an award letter from each school you list on your FAFSA. This letter explains both the federal and non-federal financial aid options that a school is offering you. So let's talk about federal aid. If you qualify for and receive a federal grant, you won't have to repay the money. That will definitely help offset the cost of school, but you may still need additional help. If so, a federal student loan might be your answer. Remember, a student loan is just like any other loan. It's borrowed money that will have to be repaid with interest. If you plan to take out a loan, consider federal student loans first. Compared to private student loans, federal student loans often have lower fixed interest rates and offer many benefits that you won't find otherwise. For example, when it's time for you to repay your federal student loan, your loan servicer can work with you to find the best repayment plan for your individual needs. Plus, you may be able to adjust your loan payments based on your income. You also may be able to defer your federal loan payments, deduct student loan interest on your taxes, and even consolidate your eligible federal student loans into one loan with one monthly payment. Federal loans can even be forgiven based on certain types of employment. Getting a work-study job is another great option to help pay for school. Eligible undergraduate and graduate students will be able to earn at least minimum wage. If you have questions or need assistance, you can contact the financial aid office at your college or career school or visit studentaid.gov for more information.
Now let's talk about the federal grants available to you as a student. There are 4 major types of federal grants, which are the Federal Pell Grant, Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grants, or FSEOG, Federal Work-Study and Teacher Education Assistance for College and Higher Education, or TEACH, grants. Federal Pell Grants are awarded only to undergraduate students who display exceptional financial need and have not earned a bachelor's, graduate, or professional degree. You will have to fill out the FAFSA form every year you are in school to stay eligible for federal student aid. A federal Pell Grant, unlike a loan, does not have to be repaid, except under certain circumstances. The amount you get, though, will depend on your expected financial contribution, or EFC, cost of attendance, or COA, determined by your school for your specific program, your status as a full-time or part-time student, and your plans to attend school for a full academic year or less. You can receive the federal Pell Grant for no more than 12 terms or the equivalent 6 years. Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant is a campus-based program for which CUNY uses federal funds. If you demonstrate exceptional financial need, CUNY may award you an FSEOG grant from the limited funds available. To be eligible for the FSEOG grant, you must meet the following requirements. Must complete the FAFSA free application for federal student aid application. You must register for at least 6 applicable credits. You must be eligible to receive the Pell Grant. The TEACH grant program provides grants of up to $4,000 a year to students who are completing or plan to complete coursework needed to begin a career in teaching. As a condition for receiving a TEACH grant, you must sign a TEACH grant agreement to serve in which you agree to teach in a high-need field at an elementary school, secondary school, or educational service agency that serves students from low-income families, and for at least 4 complete academic years within 8 years after completing or ceasing enrollment in the course of study for which you received the grant. If you do not meet the requirements of your service obligation, all TEACH grants you received will be converted to direct unsubsidized loans. You must repay these loans in full, with interest charged from the date of each TEACH grant disbursement. To be eligible for a TEACH grant, you must do the following. Meet the basic eligibility criteria for the federal student aid programs. Complete the free application for federal student aid FAFSA form. At CUNY, be enrolled as an eligible senior level, 4th year, undergraduate, post-baccalaureate, or graduate student at a school that participates in the TEACH grant program. Be enrolled in a TEACH grant eligible program. Meet certain academic achievement requirements. Receive TEACH grant counseling that explains the terms and conditions of the TEACH grant service obligation. You must complete counseling each year that you receive a TEACH grant. Sign a TEACH grant agreement to serve. The Federal Work-Study, FWS, program provides jobs for undergraduate and graduate students with financial need, allowing them to earn money to help pay education expenses. The program encourages community service work and work related to your course of study. To be eligible and receive FWS, you must complete your financial aid applications and request consideration for FWS by checking the appropriate box on the FAFSA. Demonstrate financial need. Be matriculated and enrolled at least on a half-time basis, 6 credits or its equivalent. Be a citizen of the United States or an eligible non-citizen as per the program guidelines. Meet Satisfactory Academic Progress, SAP or SAP. Accept your FWS award immediately on CUNY First. Funding is available on a first-come basis. Maintaining eligibility for grants. The requirements for remaining eligible to receive a grant vary from program to program. Please visit the individual page relevant to your specific grant to ensure that you meet the requirements for maintaining eligibility for that program. When you may have to repay a grant, here are some examples of why you might have to repay all or part of a federal grant. You withdrew early from the program for which the grant was given to you. Your enrollment status changed in a way that reduced your eligibility for the grant. For instance, if you switch from full-time enrollment to part-time, your grant amount will be reduced. You received outside scholarships or grants that reduced your need for federal student aid. You received a TEACH grant, but you did not meet the requirements of your TEACH grant service obligation. Let us take one last break. When we return, we will finish this module by covering federal student loans and their benefits, what you should know before you borrow money, what to consider when applying for federal direct student loans, how to understand the terms of your loan repayment, disbursement, refunds, and book advances.